Hello, my friends. We are going to do some beading today. I don't do a lot of beading on this channel because I try to focus more on fixing broken stuff and saving stuff. But sometimes you'll get beads. You might not have a lot of the same beads, but you can make them into other things. Like here I have paired up. I don't have a lot of some of these beads. I don't think I have, where's the ones? The green ones. I don't have any more of these green ones here. So I know that some of these are all I have of them. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to play. Now, some of these are a lot smaller. These green ones here and these blue ones here are smaller than these bicombs here. So I'm going to may need to use 3 in this application. Let me turn this around. So those are on that side. I have monofilament, which is fishing line. I do have a needle. This is only 6-pound test. If you got 4-pound test, it would work too. It'll be smaller, which would probably be easier to work with. I did try using the upholstery thread. It's extremely strong. I cannot break it with my hands. But it kept getting knotted and tangled up, and it was a pain in the butt. So I said, fine, let's pull out the fishing line. We'll do it with that. So what exactly is this going to be looking like when we get done? I did make a pair of earrings, and I think they're beautiful. Can you see them? Aren't they pretty? But I want to make a necklace to go with them. So let's put those over there, and let's show you how we get started. Now, this is one of those ones that is not as easy to do as some of them. And I did at one point want to just throw it against the wall because, you know, sometimes it can get frustrating. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a round circle so that I can hook the jump ring into it. So I'm going to take 5 of these. And how many have I got in there? 4. One more will be 5. I know I can count. I learned that before I even started school. That's one of the blessings of having a lot of older siblings. They teach you things. Yeah, I knew my ABCs and I knew how to count before I ever went to kindergarten. All right. Now, using the monofilament, it's not as lax. It gets very stiff, and it can get kinks in it. I was going to say kinky, but you know, it's not actually kinky. It just gets kinks in it. All right. Now I tied a nice knot in that there, and I messed up because look at that. It went across. Stink. Let's see if I can catch it out. Oh, that's one of the problems when you got just a little tiny, yep, it's opening up. All right, somewhere it's caught over here. And it looped over these other beads. Okay, come on, open up more. Open up more, open up more. Oh, you're going, yeah, you're showing me some awesome stuff here. All right, I'm going to leave a bigger tail. The problem was the tail was too short, and yeah, I kind of messed up there. And it's not the first time I've messed up. So, all right. Should be a nice round piece there. And it's wanting to go over on that again. Don't do that. Well, now I know why. The whole thing wants to, let's go right there. All right. Pinching it between my fingers. I know you can't see it now, but I'm doing that so that the whole thing don't flip over and these get caught in the beading again. Okay, now tighten it down there, and then I'm going to tighten this one down. Ta-da! All right, I did it, I did it, I did it. See, it should be a nice round thing there. All right, I'm going to take the needle, and I'm going to pass through all these again, probably 1.5 times, which means I'm going to end up across from the knot and not on top of that knot. And quit tangling on me. You really do want to challenge me every step of the way, don't you? Look how curly this is. Ugh. All right, that's better. Ta-da! All right, what did I do? Oh, I see it got caught under there. All right, you know what? Okay, I have just restarted this, and I wasn't going to use this because it is transparent, and I don't know that you guys are going to be able to see the thread so much as just watch the video type, you know, it growing and stuff. So this here just kept kinking on me and kept twisting, and I got mad. And yes, I do get mad, and I do go, forget it. So that's one thing about this, it being so small and transparent, it does thread very easy. All right, we're going to put 5 of these silver beads on. And yeah, I didn't throw this against the wall. I just simply stopped, cut the things all apart, and I'm starting over. Sometimes the material you're using is just not the right stuff for the project you're making. So this is the 3rd attempt at a different type of string, whatever you want to call it, thread, whatever. All right, let's pull that down. See, it is magic. Look at that. You probably can't even see that thread, but it's tying. All right, I'm going to go around once, and I want to go around again. Well, come on, go around. There we go. And tie it down tight. And now I'm going to go around. All right, it's coming out there, so let's go around right there, because we need to make this strong, because this is what our clasp is going to hook into. It's going to have a jump ring on it. So I'm with the monofilament, I could just go around once or twice, and it would be strong enough to hold anything. This, I can break this. It doesn't break easy, but I can break it. So I'm going to go around it several times. And I could knot it where this here is. When I come around past that, I could knot it again. And if it did break, it would keep it from slipping. And you would do that exactly the way you did the original knot. You go, once you got to here, you would just take the 2 ends, the 2 strings ends, and you would cross it over, go under, tie, just like you were doing your shoe again. And beading, if you go around more than once, it's actually keeps it from pulling out more. Okay, at this point, I'm going to cut that very short. Not that anybody's going to really see it, because this is invisible, transparent. All right, I got to Where's the end? Right there. Okay, now let's keep going around a couple of more loops here so that we're away from that knot, because we don't want the knot. Where's that coming out of? Where are you coming out of? All right, you keep turning on me. Right there. Okay, so let's go. All right, that's, and it come out of the needle. That's the thing I had problems with this string before, is it's so fine it will pull out of the needle. Now what I may be able to do is actually get a smaller needle that has a smaller eye in it. Let's try and see if that makes a difference. Okay, now, can I hit the eye? I hit the eye, yay. Okay, now this needle might be bigger around than that one, I'm not sure. I do know it's a lot shorter. So we're hoping that makes a difference. Okay, now the pattern we're going to do is we're using, I'm not sure I'm liking this shorter needle. One of these, a bugle bead, 3 of the silver beads. Yeah, I gotta start using nouns. I'm using this and this and this and yeah, and I don't really notice it until I'm doing the playback and I'm going, you know what that's called. You know, it doesn't hurt to actually say that this is a tiny silver seed bead. Okay. Now that comes all the way down here. Now we look to see which side of that came out of. It came out of that side. So we're going to the opposite side. Came out here, so we're going over here. Come on, go through there. And we're going to pull it through. All right. Come on, tighten up. We want that to tighten up more. Good. Now we're going to go back up through. You know what? I am going to put a knot right there because this actually aggravated the snot out of me at this point. So I'm going to tie just a single little there. Okay, now let's go up there. And hopefully that will keep it from opening up on me. All right. So I went up this bead, this bead, this bead. Now I want to go across this one here. You know what? I'm going to go all the way around because I want this to tighten up. I can already see that it's loosening up on me, and I do not like that. I don't like that, Sam, I am. Okay, let's go down. Okay. Once you got this started, you don't have as much problems. But with every bead project I've ever done, the hardest part is getting started. Getting the first things going on it. All right, let's go through that bottom bead. Okay, so now I'm all the way around. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a pair of these beads, whatever colors we want to go. You want to do a blue or a gray, or the blue's right here, so let's go ahead and grab those blue. These are bicombs. They are they're 4 millimeter. They might be a 3, but I think they're a 4 millimeter. But I came out this side, so I want to go up, excuse me, up and go in that same side. So go over here and go to the next one, because we're going to go all the way around. Okay, come on, don't mess with me. Go. Go, 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 go. Okay. We're going to go down. I don't like the fact that my fingers are in your way. I know you don't like that either. Okay, I'm going to go through this one here. And I'm going to go back up. This thread loosens up more than the other ones did. All right, let me set it down. Tighten everybody up. Tighten everybody up. Tighten everybody up. All right, so I'm right there. Last time they came between those two. This time we're going to come between those. The other side of that base bead. So let's go up here. Pull that there. And it went, which way did it go last time? Can't see. Okay, it was between those two beads, so we're going to go through this one. And if you use a little larger, a little thicker thread, you'll be able to see it without any problem. This is invisible thread. Okay. I may go out in the shed and see if I've got something that's lighter than that, but heavier than that. Okay, let's go all the way around now. Go here. Go back up through the beads. Back up through. Okay. Tighten them down. Go back through that side there. Back down. Do I normally do it quite so many times? No, it's just that this is the beginning bead and I want to make sure that it's in there, you know, it's sewed. Okay, let's go up here, across here. All right, I just want that one bead. All right, so that's what we're doing so far. I've just got this one, I've got it going through this bead. All right, so I need the same pattern. So we need one bead, one bugle bead. A bugle bead is just a long cylinder glass bead. 3 of they're not a 2 millimeter. I think they're smaller than that. There might be a 2 millimeter, but I think they're awfully small. All right, one more bugle bead and one more of the silver beads. Okay. Now we're going back down to where that was, and we're just going through that middle bead right there. Yep. Can you see it? It's right there, right? Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with that other needle. This needle is just doesn't. You'll find that you have favorite needles and favorite tools and like pliers and stuff. These are my favorite of this kind of plier. This is not my favorite of the needle nose pliers, but it's the one that happens to be right here. All right, so you can see that we've come back around. We've got another frame here, and that blue really wants to be in there, but I'm not going to do blue because we want to alternate our colors, make them look like they're random. They're not random, but we want to make them look random. Okay, but I'm going to go around and strengthen that frame. I don't know. I'm just not finding a thread that I really like. I mean, this right here, you guys can't see. It's also a pain in the butt because it's so fine. That's too strong. That's too kinky. I gotta have something in between, right? I mean, I have a lot of stuff. All right, let's go back around and through. Wait a minute, why? Oh, I don't want to go through that bead. That bead belongs to the other frame, not the frame we're working on. Okay, we want to go through that middle one. Go through the middle one. Come on. Yeah, this is not as pointy as that one over, that needle over there. And there we go. And because it's not as pointy, I can't get it into the smaller spaces. Okay, something. Now, another problem I kept having is when I would go around, it would loop over and loop under here, the little, and that was what just happened. So I had to pull that loop out, and you guys can't see it. I'm so sorry. I know you can't see this thread, and you're thinking, I'm doing invisible sewing. Yeah, it kind of looks like that, huh? Let's go ahead and do, those are almost two different color yellows, but I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna do them. Put them next. All right, you see how they're like that? And we're gonna fold it down. So, and we're gonna go, let's see, we're between those two beads there, that one and that one. So we want to go between that one and that one. Okay, so let's go right there. And the next time we go up and down through it, we're going to use on that bead and over on that side. And that makes it centered, actually. Believe it or not, that's how you center this stuff. And I'm going to go over two beads so that it's between this one, these two here, and then I'm going to go back down again, and then I'm going to come up on that same side, and I just pulled this out of the needle. I know you can't see that either. All right, after I finish this set, I'm actually going around and round and round, tie it off and everything, and then I'm going to go see if I can't find a heavier duty, but not as heavy as that, thread that's strong, but not that's. What would be really great is if I actually had some 4-pound test of the, oh, it didn't go through. Anyways, let me go find that. All right, I've never used this. This is Sewology. It's made in Romania. Anyways, this is part of the stuff that Scott gave me. Let me see if I can figure out how to get some of that off. There it goes. It feels finer than this, so I'm hoping that it works finer. I'm not sure about that green color. We'll just have to go with it and see. I'm going to take off quite a bit of this because it shouldn't kink, so I should be okay. And it looks like you go like this right there to hold that. All right. Yeah, I've never actually seen this before. I've never worked with it. Don't know how it's going to be. But the first thing I got to do is finish this off, and that means I have to thread that needle with this fine stuff. And when you are changing threads or finishing up with one thread and going to another, what you do is you sew back down in to what you were doing. So on this here, let's see, I got to finish this first. So I got to go between those two. You'll be able to see this so much better when I once I go to that green thread. So I'm excited about that part. Am I excited about green thread? I don't know. All right, let's go up there. We're gonna go up that tube, that bugle bead. So into that one, down through again, and I'm actually going to start going down into the bottom one so that I can tie this off. And the reason I'm going down to the bottom one is because I'm going to have to do the exact same thing with the green thread that I'm going to be doing with this, which is sewing around and around to lock in the stitching. Okay, let's go into that one, go down through to there. Do not want to pull that out and see the end. Okay, I am going to make one little knot there, and what I do is I loop it in and then catch the loop and tie it down. Okay, now let's go here, go around through that bottom one there. I'm going around this here, this because why not? Make it just stronger, right? And there's almost nothing to this invisible thread, this transparent thread here. Okay, I'm going to add another knot to this. So I'm going to go in here and go through that loop right there and pull that down tight. So it goes between those two beads. Don't flip it up over the bead next to it like I just did. Okay, see, do I have it or not? Nope. Because it will not lock down if you are not where you're supposed to be. Okay, right there. All right, let me clip that. Throw that away. That's a pain in the butt. All right, this is going to be harder to thread. Let's go back to the good needles. But if you cut it on like a little angle like that, it actually gives you a point. So what's your point? Yeah, your point is you can go through that eye easier. This is going to thread. This is going to. See if I can keep those together. Love can keep us together. All right. Are you all the way through? You are. All right. Wonderful. All right, let's. All right, so I'm going to start back down here with the circle. I'm going to go all the way around, and I'm going to tie off that end because these beads feel like there's absolutely nothing in them because that thread was so small. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. I just caught it on my pair of scissors here. Let's move the stuff out of the way. All right. Don't do that. Don't tie up on me. Okay, that's better. That is better. Okay. How much of a string do I have? I have quite a bit. All right. Are you guys both out of the same? Nope. I gotta go one more because they are not together yet. Okay, right there. And now both strings are at the same juncture, they come out, they are right at that seam by that bead right there. So I'm going to knot it. There's one knot. One. All right, now I'm going to go 1, 2, come on, 2, okay. Okay, so I just learned something about this string. It's not very strong. Okay. One thing, that circle's nice and strong, isn't it? That's a bummer. Okay, so I can't... As weak as this string is, I don't think I want to use it in this application. So we learned something. Okay, when you have exhausted all the cheap options out there, you go out to your craft shop, or you go to your craft closet, or wherever, and you look to see what else you have. Look what I found. This is what you should use to begin with. All right. This is made for jewelry. It's not like upholstery stuff or whatever. I don't know what this green stuff is. I'm not sure what it's made for. It's for sewing, but I've never seen that before. Or fishing line or whatever. Okay, so this won't kink. Should not shred. Let me get a bunch of it out here. And yeah, should be good. As you can see, I just don't have very much left. And I know, you can buy more, but it costs money. And I'm cheap. But this has a structure to it. It's heat bonded. If you read, let's see, where does it say? Thermally bonded thread, weaving thread. So this is actually ideal for that. It's 100% waterproof. Ideal for stringing seed beads. Nearly zero stretch. Abrasive resistant. The abrasive resistance, very good. Okay, let's find the eye of this needle. And they say if you look at a needle under a strong magnifying glass, you can see that there is a right direction on a needle. When they punch a needle, it indents on one side, but not so much on the other side when they cut the hole. I found that very interesting because I didn't know that until a few years ago. All right, I am going to continue with this one simply because this was so frustrating. I don't want to restart. But let's go down. Let's start right about there and weave this thread in. I'm going to hold it to keep that from going in. I'm going to flip it over because I like working from this side here. All right, let's go in that one. Come on, in that hole there. Don't go on. Don't want it to catch on one of those beads and make me want to throw this across the room. I know, we're not going to do that because that just makes more stuff, and I'm too old to be getting down on the floor and finding pieces that I've thrown. Besides that, I'm not that kind of person. I don't throw things. I can't ever remember throwing things, so I guess I'm not. All right, let's go down through this because we want to keep changing directions. And when you're beading, when you're threading through again, changing directions helps lock the thread in. Okay, let's go this direction over here. Go through that one there. If you keep changing directions when you're beading, you do not have to knot. It will automatically lock the threads in so that they won't pull out. Because it has a hard time pulling this direction and then pulling this direction and then pulling that direction, and it's just the threads just go, I ain't doing that. Okay, now let's go up to this. What do we call this? This stage of the beading. This I mean, it's not a bead. It's a link. This link in this, yeah, we'll call it a length. That's a good name for it. Anyways, I have been working on this for a couple of days now and getting frustrated and walking away. It's important when you get frustrated to walk away, because if you let your frustration keep building and building, eventually you'll go, I hate beading. I am never going to do that. That is not for me. But if you get frustrated and you walk away and you come back to it and you are successful, that's the if, the frustration's not, it doesn't build up and make you hate the craft that you once thought you loved. Okay. Like I said, I keep turning this over, so I'm working from the top and area there. Okay. Now let's just go to the next segment. I've got that pretty much gone through. Should I have gone through that one again? It'll straighten out. All right. All right, remember the pattern? The pattern was one silver bead. And sometimes I have to pick them up so I can find the hole. One bugle bead. I know this was just a few seconds ago for you. This was yesterday for me. So, yes, I talked myself through them. You don't want to go through that one. Stinker. All right, that one. This one. What I'm thinking is I need to buy some more Wildfire bead-along stuff there, and which means I'm gonna have to get that at Hobby Lobby. I don't think Walmart has it, and we don't have any real craft stores in the town I live. Here we go. Okay, so we have one silver bead, one bugle bead, 3 silver beads, 1 bugle bead, 1 silver bead, and we're going to go through that top right there. If I can get my needle to cooperate. There we go. Find the hole and make the frame. Okay, let's go. I really already am loving this thread more than any of the others I was using. So yes, this was the right stuff to do. I'm going to go all the way around to tighten that up. Tighten it up, tighten it up. And back through that center bead. The bottom center bead, which was part of the top frame before. See, it was part of this bead right here. Was this one for this section. Okay, so you're only connected by one bead like that. All right, now I'm going to come back up through. Let's pick a pinker color. We've got blue, yellow. In the pink family, we could do these right here. This has got a little bit of a metallic shine to it. I'm not sure where I got them from. I think I probably... All right, I'm on this side here, so I want to go through that side there. I think I probably got them... I think these were probably a necklace or something I tore apart. I'm going to cross threads. I don't want to cross threads. So flip you over. Go right down into the middle, just like that. Through this one bead right here. Are you being able to see that? I don't know. I know my fingers are in the way, but it's to keep everything. You really need to stabilize that stuff. So pinching it between your finger and your thumb really helps. And then I want to go through that center bead again. Only the center bead, because I'm going to go back up through. Okay, I'm going back up through here. And we're going to come out on this side, That way these stay centered. Okay, let's go down through. All right, come on. All right, and down through the bugle bead without stabbing yourself. What? Okay, through the silver bead. And you can go through that middle silver bead if you want. You don't have to, because at this point we're just going back up through and starting the next set, the next link. Okay, I'm going to go through that middle bead to start that next frame. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to take, oh, this is so much easier than all those other threads. So what did we learn? We learned the thread makes a difference. Sometimes being cheap is just being cheap. Okay. The fishing line I have here, the monofilament, works really good on most things. But when you're doing something small and intricate like that right there, go with the better priced beads or string. Get yourself some fire line. I am so far very happy with this. I know you made one link, but I wasn't frustrated at all. Okay, again we're going through just that top bead, top center, because that's going to be part of that link. Come on, go. Can't get between the two beads. I'm afraid of jabbing myself because I've done that too many times. There we go. There we go. All right. Come up through. I'm going to sew it all together. And basically, we are sewing. I mean, you might think, oh, this is needlework. Yes, needlework is sewing. So, if you hate sewing, chances are you're not going to like doing this. Okay, what are we going to do next? Let's do some green. I got a lot of green. I actually picked out a couple more. This is a peacock green, and this is a true green. So, let's go ahead. These are very close in color, but they're not exact. And if I keep them separated, then, you know, I'm going to have to go back and redo some of the colors, you know, redo, come on, don't do that. Reuse some colors, simply because that's untightening, because I didn't go around all the way. Shame on me. Because I want to make this longer, and I've only got this many colors. So, but they won't be next to each other. So, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? I don't know. Ooh, I just hit you with my head. All right, I'm going around, go across. I'm going down. I know it says, you've been bragging about this fire line now all of a sudden. It's because I wasn't pinching it. I was trying to let you see. So I'm going to blame you. Yeah, I'm blaming you. Throwing you right under the bus. How's that? All right, let's go up that side. And I'm going to go all the way around one more time. Simply because it will pull this stuff all together. Whoops. Don't loop around. All right, come up like that. Come on all the way up through. Go across. I'm going to skip that center bead. Yeah, now I'll go through the center bead. What the heck? You can, you don't have to. Oops. All right, my tail. Good. Make sure my tail don't get sewed in there. And I was thinking I could have doubled this up and it would probably been better. But yeah, I do a lot of thinking when I'm supposed to be sleeping. So yeah, that's me. All right, let me pull you through here. Pull you through that center bead again. And then I'm just going to go up through. Going to go right up through those. Okay. Whoops, I caught the thing here. Let's, all right, the whole thing went in it. Ta-da, there we go. There we go, just like that. All right, go through that center bead, whichever direction you want to go. I like going from right to left, just because I am right-handed. All right, and we have another link. Okay, are we ready to fast forward? I think maybe. Okay, let's really speed this up. And the only reason I'm keeping recording is in case I do mess up somewhere and I think it's like a teachable moment or something you'd be like wanting to go, oh yeah, you really screwed up there, huh? Or if I get frustrated enough to want to really throw it against the wall. You know, you don't want to miss that, right? Okay, so I'm going to really, like, I think I can go like 16 times the speed that I'm actually going, which is pretty fast. And if you actually do find one of these that are broken or cracked, don't put it in. Put it, you know, you can put it in resin, you can throw it away, whatever. These are made of glass and they can cut you when you're wearing them if the edge is jagged. I've told you I am not a big fan of bugle beads because they are glass and they are sharp on the edge. And they have a tendency to cut the threads, although this says it shouldn't do that. It might. But anyways, that's, what is that? It's interesting. Kind of looks like a tube bead now. It was one of these here that was misformed. All right, cool. Anyways, let's fast forward. Okay, I'm going to sew this back. I've got just a little bit of thread here, so I'm going to sew this back down in and get some more thread. But let's finish this one off with by sewing it down into the body. Okay. Also, I've picked up a couple of beads that were broken of the bugle beads, and I'll show you those in a minute. Show you what I'm talking about with that you have to watch out for. All right, come on. Here, let me show you those real quick. All right. I don't know if you can see this real good or not. Let me take it up there. Come on, focus, focus, focus. Hocus pocus. Come on. You're not focusing. need another hand so I can touch the screen to show what it is I want you to focus on. There we go. You see that? See how it's broken? That right there is very sharp. This right here, it's very, very sharp, and you can cut yourself with it. Okay? So when you're going through bugle beads, check if anything's cracked or broken, get rid of it. I'm saving those because I'm going to throw them in resin. If you don't do resin, then just toss them. You have to be able to put them in something that is going to encase it so, you know, that glass does not cut anybody. All right, let me just go down into through this one. That one bead is very, very full. Doesn't want the needle to go through it. All right, now I'm going to go back around and come up. So that, remember I said you keep going in different directions? Ah, a fly just flew in here. It's a big fly. Hello, fly. My sister had a gnat bothering her during a video, and she named it Natalie. After Nat. Anyways, I guess I'll call him Flydo. Yeah? You want to be Flydo? I really don't want him hanging out because we're getting rainstorms right now, and flies can actually bite during rain. There's something that sets them off. Same with daddy longlegs. I used to play with daddy longlegs when I was a little kid, till one bit me. And that's when I found out if the weather's changing and it's going to rain, they will actually bite. I understand it's just the females that bite. I don't know. But I can't tell a female from a male, so they all look the same to me. Luckily for them, they don't look the same to them. All right, let me pull this out again. Let's see. Yeah, about that much. And these things are really good because they hold that in. All right. Now I got to thread the needle again, and we'll be back to doing the other stuff. Fast forwarding. Okay, not sure why my phone shut off or at what point it shut off. But anyways, we've just threaded this back through. I've gone all the way up through here, started down here, so that it's locked in. And I'm going to do the fast forwarding stuff again, just in case we've come across something that's interesting. I can back up and show you. Okay, now I got to decide, do I want to take this out, because look at these are smaller than these, and add a third bead in there, or do I want to just take these out and replace them with something else? I'm not liking the fact that it looks wrong. See, on this one I put 3 in, and I think it looks fine. I don't think that looks fine, which means I have to unsew, which means I got to take the needle out of it. And back everything out. That's not fun. That's not fun. Loosen things up. Just kind of do the little thingy here. All right, let me get a stronger needle, because this is kind of a flimsy needle. I do have a couple here that are like this little one here is much stronger. I think I went down that side last. Let's see. Yep. So let's pull this one. And then I went up. here. Let's see, which way did I go? Which way did I go? Nope, let me pull on that one. Yep, it's on that one. Okay, oops. Short needle. Short needle. Okay, let's pull it out. Why don't you want to pull out? Okay. Did I pull you down from there? It's possible. It's possible. Yep, that's how I went. It'd help if I went the exact same way every time, and I didn't. Okay, so tighten this back up. Tighten it back up a little bit. There we go. All right, now we got to decide. Do we want to pull a third one of these? Let's see. Is that from this here? Let's see. Yep, that's where they came from. So we're going to do 3 of those. And because I really like that blue. It's a different blue than this blue. You might go, it's all the same blue. It's not. You might not be able to see it through the camera lens, but I can see it without my glasses on. I'm one of those people who, I'm nearsighted, so I actually see better close up without my glasses, as long as I'm really close up. I mean, if I was like, you know, computer length away, then I wouldn't see as well. I actually have computer glasses that they don't have the progressive lens in them, and I use them for their single vision, but they're set for the distance of the computer. So if you're old like me and you're wearing different strengths of glasses for whatever you're looking at, you might want to check into that. It really makes a difference. So, okay, we're back on track now. See, doesn't that look so much better? Don't you think? All right. Okay, let's keep going here. And in a few minutes, when I do, I don't know, maybe 3 more of these, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a drop bead on it, a drop crystal. I will do another little round thing like this here, and then off in one of these. See, I will go, instead of going that bead, I'll do 4, not 5. I'll go to this bead so it turns that way. Does that make sense to you? Anyways, let's keep going, and I'll be back when I have more done. Okay, I think I have this side long enough, so I want to do a transition here where I have 4 beads. So I've got 1 there because I want to turn the corner there. 2, ouch, I just poked myself. 3, all right. And I'm going to go around it a couple of times just to lock it in. Okay. And 1 more time right there. Okay, so we've been around it twice. So we definitely have a nice little square there. See the square? Can you see it? Are we focusing? Are we going to focus? There we go. Okay. So I want to just use one, the side here. I don't want to use this one over here. So I'm going to go here. Okay, and I'm going to use that like I would this bead right here. So we are going to go one, these. We're going to continue our pattern. One of the bugle beads, 3 of the thought I had that one. Well, that one too. All right, there we go. And one last one. There we go. 3 of those. A bugle bead and another silver bead. And what this is going to give me is a V. And then I'm going to put this dangling on the other end of that V. But let's go, we're going to go back through that base bead right there. Do not tangle. Okay, I'm going to go up. I'm going to go all the way around it. I'm learning that if I go all the way around twice and then put my center beads in, it's better. One of the things you'll learn as you're beading is that sometimes what you start with isn't the way you're going to continue. Come on, don't fall. Okay. I'm getting very short on thread. I'm going to have to pretty soon put another length of thread on this, which means we're going to have to sew it in through. All right, what we got here? Okay, you are turned. Let's go back through that one and back through the bottom. All right, let's just go through this one first and then do the bottom separate. All right, because it was being a pain. There we go. And we're through the bottom. And now, can you see how that's going to be? Oh, I just threw a bunch of my beads over. And then this one will hang from the bottom. Okay, let's add a color here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do the pink. I know I'm so indecisive as to what color I want to do, but let's go up and go in, come back down, go across here, across to that bottom, to that last bead, that bottom one. Oop, just that bead. Okay, there we go. Pull that tight, and then we're going back up those 2 beads, just like that. See how short this is getting? Okay, I'm going to go around, and I'm just going to finish off this. I got it tangled somehow right there. You see how that? I can tell because it wasn't it wasn't laying the way it should. Okay, so I'm just going to sew this back down in through because I need to start a new thread. So I'm going to go down in, go through that one there. Come on, go through. I dropped it. All right, just go through one bead at a time if you're having issues. Okay. And I may just change directions because that will lock it in better. Lock it in, lock it in. Oops. Okay, come on in. And I am going to go down through that bead right there. You know what, let me go across. Let me do that top bead. Just because I don't want it to pull out of shape. If I follow up the pattern, it's less likely to yeah, get out of shape. And this is the reason that you when you get to a certain length, you're going to add more thread, because it just keeps pulling off the thing. And I don't know about you, but I don't like threading a needle. Okay, so I'm going to go down those beads just like that. Go over this one. I'm going to go back up that side bead, because we're changing directions. When you change directions, you lock that thread in, because thread does not like changing directions. So the more times you can change the directions, the stronger the thread is going to be, so it's not going to pull out. And I'm going to go down that one, just like that there. Go across onto there. And I think that's all I'm going to do, because I think it's going to come out. All right. Take my scissors. Cut that thread short. Oh, we didn't waste that much. All right. More fire line. Let's just play around with it just a little bit. I'm going to go down in, grab a bead, add the bead. I'm going to pull this out, so don't worry about how much thread I'd be wasting if this is the way I was going to do it, because I don't know what I want to do with this. So let's go like that. And we could just put that on the bottom, just let it dangle like that. The other thing we could do would be, all right, a bead and one of these, another bead. You know what, I was thinking we could do 2 beads here. Okay, and then go through this bead like that. And what I'm thinking about doing is, this is just going to give this a frame. If I do 2 beads here, we might hate this, we might love it, I don't know yet. It was just something, you know, I thought about, because like I said, I get my best ideas in the middle of the night. And I was just thinking about this, because I've been working on this necklace for 3 days now, 4 days now. A lot. It's been a lot. Okay. Okay. Here. Now, I'm going to go back down. Lock that in. Well, I'm probably not going to lock it in right now, because I'll be able to tell just by this whether or not we're going to like it. What do you think? Well, let's tighten it up a little bit here. Gives you a frame. And then we'd put 2 more beads here and work it into that. Where is it? Right here. And then we'd attach it right there. What do you think, huh? Do you like that, or do you think that we should just do the I'm going to take that needle off because I'll pull all these beads out. Pull out the beads, pull out the beads. Or do you think just the teardrop? Oh, you know, I really wish I could hear what your opinion was on this one, because this one I am not sure of. I think I like the frame, don't get me wrong, but I think I like the simplicity of just the drop. And maybe I'll add the drop right now, so that because I'll be sewing into that area. Let's see, which way are you guys going? That way, right there. Right. Okay. Oh, I gotta take this off because I gotta sew it in. I was trying to figure out how I could just put it in, but I need to sew it into this thing here to lock it down onto it. All right. All right. Yeah, I think I like that idea. I think we're just gonna keep it simple. Keep it simple. All right, let me slide that way so I don't do so many beads everywhere. Because I like these little silver beads. I like using them, so I don't want to lose any. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's start right down here with this. Where's it coming out? Right there. We're going to go between these two beads right here. Normally we would not go, you know, we would pick one of these beads to be part of the frame that we're doing, but we're not doing the frame right now. Come on, go through. What's blocking you guys, huh? There we go. You went through easy. Once I hit the right spot, okay, I'm going to take one bead. I'm going to take the teardrop, another bead, come back up through the teardrop, go back up through that one bead we just added, just like that. Okay, let's tighten that all down. Come on, tighten down. Why aren't you tightening down? Now I'm going around that circle that we made to tighten this down onto there. Okay, and I will go through that, go back down through that teardrop one more time too, to strengthen that. Although this is very strong Fireline thread, Wildfire thread. All right. Fireline's a different company. Okay. There is more than one company of this type stuff. Okay. Go. There we go. And as soon as we get back up to here, I'm going to start fast forwarding again. But I figured you might want to see how we turn that corner and how we put that drop on. Come on, go that little bead. You're being a stink. There we go. It's going through. Da, 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 da. All right, back through. And back down through. Okay. Again, we're going through that one bead that we added with the after the circle, the 4 beads for the drop. Come on. There we go. Pull that through. Okay, that's pretty secure now. Now I'm just going to get back over to here. And go here. Go up through there. Go through here. Come on. Da 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 da. Yeah, go through, and so we're coming out that middle bead just like that. Okay. Now, as you can see, we have the one side done. We have the drop, and now we're just going to build the other side. Okay. I've got some more colors out because it's not going to be enough to do that whole side there. So let's pull some more out, and let's continue. I also cleaned the mess up because I hit this and they went flying. I'm not sure if I got them all. I haven't really looked that well. Oh, there's one of these. Okay. Oh, is that a broken one? That is a broken one. We don't want the broken one. All right. All right, let's go back to fast forwarding. Okay, let's talk about the pattern here. I did it several different ways until I figured out which way was the best. Best way is to come into here, go down through that one bead, through that one, back up around, and go again. So you're going 2 times, okay, through those. Okay, let's step down here, and we're going to go around this one twice because that's the way we're going to do it. Okay, when we get back up here, between this bead and this bead, well, actually this one and this one because we're going up this way, we're going to come down and go through those, and between this one and this one, we're going to go back up and go through that bead right there. So we've gone through that bead right there, and that's where we're going to stop, is right here. Okay, now on this, to finish it, we've already gone, let me get a pencil and do part of it in pencil. Okay, what I did here is I did exactly what was there, and I just copied it and I just did it in pencil. Now, we're not going to bring that out there. We are going to go back down through those same 2 beads, 2 colored beads, come back up through that silver bead, through the tube bead, through that silver bead, back up there, okay, Now you can either come back down through here, or you can just continue around and finish right there. So you're finishing right there. Okay, so we're in these 5 beads here. That one right there, we're finishing in the middle bead. So we are done. We are done with that. We are going to go to the next one, and we're going to keep doing the exact same thing. We're going to go around once, twice, go through that bead there. We're going to go through that top bead there, and then we're going to come down through those colors, and since we're on this side of that middle bead, we're going to stay on this side of that bead. You got a choice. You can either go through there and just come back up, or you can go around. I have been just going through that one bead, going back up. Then you want to come, since you're on this side of that bead, you want to be on this side of that one, and then just come back down. Okay? And then you just follow the pattern. Just do the pattern. Okay? Does that make sense? Anyways, I just wanted to show you how that was, because I finished. All right, I got to put the finding on, and I actually had to go to Walmart and buy another thing of the Wildfire because none of the other strings worked. That's one thing we learned. It's important to use the correct thread, especially if you're something so intricate as this. This was $4, almost $5 at Walmart, and it's only 20 yards. You can get much more of this at Amazon for a little over $10. The exact same thing, same size, same everything. It's just a lot more. So Walmart wasn't my best bet, but I wanted to finish this, and Amazon's, you know, that's not like I can just say, Amazon, I want it now, unless I want to pay for it, because I do not have Amazon Prime, and yeah. So usually we have to make sure we have $35 in sales stuff. Okay, I am going to do 5 beads. I got 1 there, so I'm going to put 4 on, and I'm going to make another loop like what's here, so I can run my jump ring through it and make a closure. Okay, I know you guys know how to do closures, so I'm just going to do this quickly. But we learned stuff today. We learned that sometimes you have to play around till you know exactly the pattern you want, especially if you're creating your own pattern. Now, if you're doing it off from YouTube or whatever, do what they say, you know. And then as you get more experience, you can go, this is quicker and easier if I do it my way. Then just do it your way. In this case, I didn't have a pattern. I was just making it up. So I learned a lot from it. The big thing I learned was the thread. Do I want to spend, you know, like $11 to $15 on beading thread? No, I don't. But there was so much frustration doing it the other, you know, trying it with that other stuff. It just kept breaking, it kept knotting, it kept doing all kinds of horrible stuff that you do not want to happen while you are creating. So in the end, this was the best. Okay, now I'm going to go down in and finish off the thing. Will I ever make this necklace again? No. Nope. Will not. It was an awful lot of work. I think I'm on day 6 of making, but I made the earrings, this, and I'm going to finish up the bracelet. But like this whole bracelet's made with the monofilament, and it took a whole lot longer than it takes with the Wildfire. I keep wanting to call it Fireline, and there is a brand that is called Fireline, but that's not what this is. So we really should use the terminology, the name, whatever, of what it is that you're actually working with. So I hope I haven't, scared you off from doing this. This was actually, I love this necklace and the earrings and stuff. I might make another pair of earrings because I don't know that I'll keep the bracelet. It's a pretty bracelet, but I don't wear a lot of bracelets. I wear more earrings and necklaces and stuff. So I might just make a pair of earrings that'll go with that and make that as a set. There are a lot of people that go, do you have a set of this or a set of that? And I'm like, mostly I just make one thing. I don't usually make sets because I get distracted easily. So I should show you. There's some necklaces that took me actually longer than this has taken me to make. It's just a lot of work, but it's beautiful, and it was something I hadn't done, so it was a challenge for me. Okay, I think I'll just go down this one bead here and then cut it. Whoops, right there, because I don't think that will come out. In fact, I'm positive it won't. All right. If you want to know how hard it is for them to come out, just try tearing one apart without cutting it. Just, like try to sew it back. Okay, so let's put those away because I don't need any more beads. We are done beading. Yay! I'm just going to put in the jump ring, put the clasp on. See, right here's, I have the clasp here. I don't have the jump rings right here though. Otherwise I'll just do that real quick and show you. But yeah, I need a jump ring for this one. Finish this one off. This one here, I put a jump ring here, and I did not do the loopy thing here because I accidentally made this a little longer than I need to be, because this is the exact size. Well, just about, you see. So I don't want it to be, yeah, I'm out of focus, out of frame here. There. Move the camera. So I don't want it any longer than that. So I just did that. Okay, this is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. I hope you enjoyed this and loved the fast forwarding, and yeah. So I will see you next time. And I will not be making any more of these on camera for sure. I might do a different kind of beading, because I do enjoy beading, and I haven't done that in a while. And I do have a lot of rescued beads. I still don't know. I may still go back in and put that cage back around there. I don't know. Let me know if you think that should have had that. I should have put the frame, kept the frame on it, or if you like it better with just the teardrop plain like that. Okay, I'll see you next time. This is Bethany with New Life Jewelry Creations. Bye.